How's that for the sound of music to start off on a Sunday morning? Come on up. Come on up. Chemtrails are. Yeah. And yes, there is a difference between chemtrails and contrails. So, for those of you who do not know the difference, you might want to research the chemicals that are being bombarded upon you, upon us, in many different forms and fashions, especially in the past month. Look at all of the toxins that are haphazardly being used to destroy our Mother Earth. It is so sad, the greed of many. As they say, it is the love of money that is the root of all evil. And there are some evil doers in the world today. We can't deny it. We see it happening. We see people frazzled, scared, in fear of what's going on now, and also what will happen in the future. And what I can tell you is, out of tragedy, people come together in love. So, if we are expecting to have a community of people who care about each other, well, then you better figure out what your part is. And that's why I have titled this Sunday morning Come On Up service for the misfits, starseeds, light workers who are out there and who are having a challenge with the planetary energies that are around us, as well as dealing with the negative psychic vampires that we have around us. Because, yeah, they're out in full force. They're seeking their energy from whomever and whatever they can. And yes, it sucks. But it's also challenging. And it's bringing us up there as to, what really is going on in the world today. And researching facts are getting harder to find because of the search engines that have been deleting and putting up misinformation warnings of important information that would help to make sense in the world. And understanding planetary energies as above, so below, do affect us. And what do we do about it? We have Neptune in Pisces, and Neptune, the illusions, delusions, the psychic in all of us, the intuition in all of us, because we are mostly water. So Neptune is really affecting the masses and has been really affecting the masses. Whether we are looking at the poison in the water, whether we are looking at the insanity that we have around us, the mental illness that we see in people around us, that's Neptune and Pisces. So when you're looking at Planetary and you're looking at around you, and understand as above, so below, we are going to continue to see more of this play out until Neptune moves into Aries in 2026. So we still have a good 3 years of this energy that is playing out, and that's just in Neptune. Okay? So the mental illness, the poison in the water, what we are bringing into our body, if our bodies, our earthly bodies, are dehydrated, you better believe that whatever poison that you're putting in your body are going to affect you greater than others. And it's like, well, what do you mean? Poison. Why would we put poison in our bodies? No, you wouldn't intentionally. You know, I mean, unless you're committing suicide on the installment plan, then yeah. Because if we don't get enough of water to flush out, to detoxify all of those toxins that we have in us, whether it is by food or drink or other people or places or things, we're gonna become ill. Our minds are going to become ill because we don't have that mind-body connection that we need in order to be healthy. So, are you drinking filtered water? Are you eating only organic foods? Non-genetically altered foods that break down and do not get processed correctly in our bodies. There's quite a lot of things that I cannot say and speak of because of the censorship of our First Amendment platform on different social media platforms. So I cannot say specifically where some of the problems are coming from. Because if I even mention my opinion of, my videos will be taken down, and the next time I get a strike, I will be in YouTube jail for a month. That means that I will not be able to upload any of my videos to YouTube. Now, there again, there are other platforms that I can upload, but because of traveling and not being able to upload with a computer, but only by my phone and data, well, you know, you make do with what you got. Use it up, wear it out, make it do. And that's the thing about us misfits, starseeds, and light workers. Somehow, some way, we do follow guidance, and we see how we should do things, and how we should watch Mother Nature. I figured I'd move it so you can see. Oh, did you guys see that? The fish jumping and I think that's an egret. Somebody can let me know if I'm wrong on that fact. I have to admit I don't know my Florida birds like I know my birds up in the north. But I know that it's a beautiful spot. There are still some beautiful spots down here in Florida. There is still a little bit of paradise, but you really gotta search for it. And that's like everywhere you go. There's a little bit of paradise that's still left. And that's what you need to do as a misfit starseed light worker. And that is to go into the Mother Earth, the Mother Nature, and get grounded and become one with. Become one with and go and sit and meditate. That's talking to God. Well, prayers are talking to God. Meditation is listening to God's answers. You know, the good orderly direction. It doesn't have to be that hell and fire and brimstone, damn you if you don't take my God, organized religion, beat you down with a stick if you don't conform, if you are intuitive or psychic, or, you live in you live in your spiritual being, and you know that as a spiritual being living on earth, it's just a earthly experience of being a human being. And sometimes it really sucks to be a human being when we as spiritual beings know the difference from right or wrong. Because we intuitively can hear that still small voice that reminds us, even if we don't listen to it, it has an opinion, like everybody else. It just seems that if we don't listen to our intuition, that gut, the God unto thee that speaks to us, yeah, that's when our insanity tends to jump in. It's like I wanted to move it because there is another fish jumping, but that doesn't mean that there's not going to be fish jumping right here where we're at. So I guess we're just gonna post right there. That way if somebody wants to use the video to take the sound off and just meditate and maybe put on some music that will heal your mind and soul as you look at the Mother Nature. If you can't get out into Mother Nature, then meditate and see yourself here with me, enjoying the energy that the Mother is bringing us today. And that's what we have to do if you're a misfit, if you are a starseed, if you are a light worker who are spiritual in nature, and you're getting bombarded by the negative energy around you, and it becomes so much that you forget who you are and what your divine purpose is, because others are so intent to out in your light. And you cannot allow that to happen. If your energy is depleted, then find a place to recharge. Recharge that light within you. Some of you might have been brought up in a Christian religion, like I was. And one of the songs as a child was, "This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine way beyond the blue." So this little light of mine is going to shine. And yes, it's going to be sometimes brighter than others. It's the same as a lighthouse. Sometimes that lighthouse shines so bright. It goes for miles and miles and miles. But sometimes when a thick fog creeps in to obscure that light, to prevent others from finding safe shores, we know that that lighthouse is there. We know by our instruments inside our vessel. And we trust those instruments inside our vessel to guide us even when we cannot see that light. We know that that light is there. That light that does not go out. And that's what we have to remember. Our light can only be extinguished by ourselves. Only we allow our light to be extinguished. And if you hear people who have had near-death experiences, yes, that's true. There are some who do come back kicking and screaming because they know the beautiful place that we go to in the afterlife. And they really don't want to come back to the earthly experience. At least not everyone does, because it's such love and light on the other side. And we see how much of the 7 deadly sins that are playing out on the earth today. And we wonder, what is our part? And our part is to recharge and spread that light and love, and to be the change that we need to see. Out of tragedy, people come together in love, and there's going to be much tragedy. There's going to be many people who are dying suddenly. There goes an airplane that is not leaving a chemtrail. There are other airplanes that have been in the sky that are not leaving a chemtrail or a contrail. I was listening to a video, and they were speaking of the particulate materials that are put into the sky from the chemtrails. And they said about taking a flashlight and putting it straight up into the air and looking at all of that crap that's in the sky that they be spraying. And I was in utter amazement. It was a totally clear night with bright stars and shining that light. You can see all the garbage that is being sprayed in the air, that is being spilled on the ground. And it's sad, but that's Neptune and Pisces, the poison in the water. What do we do? Well, how about getting a filter and filtering your water? That's what you can do for yourself and your family. And drink enough so it filters you. Boy, it's going to be a busy day on the beach today. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. How about you? Are you being true to yourself? Are you in a negative environment? If you are in a negative environment and you cannot create, not good. Not good. Not good. What can you do to change it? How can you change it? How can you change people, places, and things? Especially if you cannot change people, places, and things. I guess that means attitude. Attitude is everything. And acceptance is the answer to all of our problems. Because it is what it is. It's our attitude with it is what it is. Oh, I hope you saw that fish jump. I know that egret saw it and heard it. Keeping an eye out as the tide rolls slowly back out to sea to recharge. To take the toxins that have been put into the water, whether it was through the hurricanes or whether it was by man. The toxins that are in the water, that the water is returning to sea to dilute it, to dilute the poisons. Our mother knows how to balance itself. It knows how to recharge itself, to protect itself. We are living on a live organism, just as we are live organisms. So is the mother that is putting up with even more bullshit than we put up with others. And that's the thing. Can you change your situation? Can you change people, places, and things in order to make yourself happy?